The Book of Disquiet by Fernando Pessoa is many things: beautiful, scary, sad, disheartening, empowering, rejuvenating. I want to go over one passage with you today. Watch this little transition I figured out how to do. Ooh, you see that little. Watch that. You see how it fades in right there? Ooh, clean. Today we're going to be reading one of the passages from the Book of Disquiet. This passage just cracked my mind open when I first read it. So I'd like to share that with you here today. This is page 18 of the Book of Disquiet. This is, I don't know what edition this is, but this is page 18 of my book. You do not exist. I know that. But can I be sure that I exist? Does the I who allows you to exist in me necessarily have more real life than you, than the dead life that lives you? Holy shit. Holy shit. Okay. In the introduction of this book, the translator said that Fernando often uses clunky language, and I fucking love it. This clunky language, it feels more natural than a natural way of saying things. So in that last sentence that I just read, this crazy circus act of language, does the I who allows you to exist in me necessarily have more life than you, than the dead life that lives you? The dead life that lives you? Holy shit. 6 words. The dead life that lives you. Holy shit. And it doesn't really make sense, but it completely does make sense. I'm a terrible reader, so I have to reread things a lot to try to understand them. Oh my gosh. But the first time I read that, it 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 connected. I don't know what that means. I normally have to reread him especially a lot because I can lose track of what the fuck is going on in these pages. But holy shit, does the I who allows you to exist in me necessarily have more real life than you, than the dead life that lives you? So the same lady who did the introduction for this book and like biographers of Fernando Pessoa think he was abstinent, or he died a virgin or something, or he didn't really connect with women. Maybe he didn't want to. Maybe that just wasn't what he was interested in. It did say that he just dedicated his life to writing, pretty much. So this passage is just, to me, we'll get to the rest of the passage. There's a whole second half that's just as crazy. Don't read it yet. I'll fucking hide it from you if I have to with my nice ass fade transition. But this passage is, to me, just his idea of connection with women and liking that he doesn't have it and accepting that and finding the beauty in that, just kind of a from an outsider's viewing, not necessarily real connection, but finding beauty in, being 3 steps away and just watching through a glass, so to speak. That's my perception. Don't know if that holds any water. But let's get back to this writing. The second half goes like this: halo thin flame, absent presence, rhythmic female silence, twilight of vague flesh, glass left over at the banquet, stained glass window by a painter whom dream in the Middle Ages of another earth. God, he knows how to finish paragraphs strong, doesn't he? When I first read this, I thought the end of that passage was painted by a painter come dream in the Middle Ages of another earth, which I like just as much. Like a wet dream, like a painter's wet dream. That's how I interpreted it. But then, it clicked. Like in college when you graduate with honors, cum laude or whatever. That makes more logical sense. That's probably what he meant. But to me, that first interpretation was just as intriguing. A stained glass window painted by a painter come dream in the Middle Ages of another earth. Gosh. How good is this writing? This book is insane. I'm only on page 18. It's going to take me years to finish it at this point. I'm such a slow reader, and I reread a lot. And then when I read stuff like this, I just want to linger on it. I don't want to go forward. I just want to sit with this for hours. I don't want to go on to the next page. I just want to keep reading these. How many lines is this? 15 lines or something? Can I do math? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I was pretty close. But in the book, it's just 2 short paragraphs. I don't know if you'll be able to see. It's just these 2. It starts here and it goes down to here. And so I'm just going to keep reading these 2 paragraphs over and over and over without wanting to read any more. I don't want to know what happens next. I just want to read those 2. Let's read it once more and then call this a video. You do not exist, I know that, but can I be sure that I exist? Does the I who allows you to exist in me necessarily have more real life than you, than the dead life that lives you? Halo thin flame, absent presence, rhythmic female silence, twilight of vague flesh, glass left over at the banquet. Twilight of vague flesh? Fernando. Twilight of vague flesh? Fernando. Holy shit. Halo dim flame, absent presence, rhythmic female silence. Twilight of vague flesh, glass left over at the banquet, stained glass window painted by a painter cum dream in the Middle Ages of another earth. My God, there's better writing in these 2 paragraphs than most people will ever do in their entire life, in the entire history of humanity. This is just insane. The Middle Ages of another earth. Whoa. Think about that for a second. What would the Middle Ages of another earth look like? Would it be anything like the Middle Ages on this earth? Would it be better? Would it be worse? How different would it really be in a whole another world, in a whole nother universe, on another planet, what would their Middle Ages be? Oh my gosh. Beautiful writing. The, the book is the Book of Disquiet by Fernando Pessoa. Translated from the Portuguese. Oh, translated by Margaret Joel Costa. Complete edition, New Directions. I'm guessing that's the publisher. I don't know what edition it is, but yeah, it's the translation by Margaret Jull, Jull Costa, Costa. Insane book. I I'm in love with it. Go read it if you want. Check out this transition that I figured out how to do on my computer. I know technology and shit. Whoa. Just a beautiful passage. This has been Book Club in Bed. I'm Michael Joseph Ludwig. Go get a library card. Go find this at a library. Go steal this. Steal this book if you have to. Steal this book. It's insane. Bye.